Welcome to iGlobal Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. On Friday, the Australian dollar took a plunge to a low of 75.60 before recovering and now grinding its way back to 76 cents. Does question whether the market can uphold, purely for the fact is that the RSI has broken beneath the 50 midway point. Therefore, I do expect to see any challenges towards 45 as a sell opportunity with a cap seen at 76.70, which was the failed attempt previously. As you can see here, we've got a couple of bearish candles that does support the negative outlook for this coming week. The immediate support, though, comes in at 75.70, and a break beneath there would give further scope to the downside and bring in a target of 75.1525. Well, the dollar index is still a little bit questioned and whether the market can still sell off. Therefore, this would put a cap on euro around 118.5. Any upside attempts does expect to fail, although we do have a big week of data coming from the Fed, the ECB, and the US North Korean meeting, which is on the 12th. Along with this, the US Federal Reserve is widely expected to hike rates to 25 basis points, and therefore would expect to see a slight bullish case coming out of the US dollar, and in terms put weaker euro into focus, with the target on the downside now seen at 116.90, and I'd still expect to see further tests towards 118.5 to fail. The dollar yen has recaptured its bullish charm as it breaks back above 110 and now looks to 110.55. It is viewed the market may take the challenge higher to 111.15 before any profit taking coming back into the market. So if you are long, look towards that region. Dips to be shallow towards 109.80-85. Well, the pound hasn't been able to take any upside test since the failure of 134.5. And at this week's release of data, we do have latest come is the UK labour market data release, along with wages, and also we've got the US inflation report for May. British Prime Minister does come back to talk on Brexit legislation, so keep an eye out for that, because this may actually put a bit of a hard landing for the pound, and therefore look towards the region of 132 since the failed upside test, as I said, at 134.5. The gold outlook hasn't gone hardly anywhere since the challenge of 112.88 to 1,306.7. With dojis in play, the market is still questionable whether we can tackle the upside, but nevertheless, I'm still keeping a view that the market will progress higher eventually to 24 from a break of 06.07. Dips are still a way to go to buy, and I expect to see support from 94 to 88. Silver, very, very bullish and still not backing down, as you can see here. I have been bullish now for quite a while on the silver. I'm still looking further to the upside now of $17.15, which was around the April highs, and reassess from there. Dips to be shallow, and I do expect to see around $16.60 to 70 as a short-term base. And rounding off with oil, well, the market is attempting to recover, but likely to fail towards 66.5. Overall, the bearish flag, the break of the uptrend, does support a move towards 62.40.80 before profit taking likely to return to the market. Well, that wraps up for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day that's ahead.